Hi everyone, it's Mary from Lulu's Thyme and Essentials. Welcome to Vitamins, Minerals, and Herbs. This is part 3, vitamins. Let's start with water-soluble vitamins. They are obviously vitamins that dissolve in water. These vitamins will go directly into your bloodstream and they are often needed to be replenished every few days. So what is the main role? It's really to help body build protein cells, free up and produce energy. It all goes back to metabolism. Let's start with the B vitamins because I personally find them very important. So biotin, B7, it's a cofactor for metabolizing fatty acids, amino acids, and glucose. There's a term called histones. What they are, they're proteins whose job it is to put the DNA into the chromosomes in your cell. And biotin actually plays a role in something called histone modification. They change the protein whose job is to repair on a cellular level. Biotin also plays a role in something called cell signaling. So at your cell level, the cells are signaling, or basically in a sense communicating, a process for developing cells, repairing your tissue, immunity, and homeostasis. There is a theory that any interruptions in cell signaling could lead to cancer, autoimmune disorders, and diabetes. Vitamin B9, also known as folate or folic acid, it functions as a coenzyme. So a coenzyme is an organic, non-protein molecule which will join with a protein to help it act as a catalyst. An enzyme is a protein that acts as a catalyst for a biological chemical reaction. So what that means is it increases the chemical reactions in our body. Purpose is often to make DNA, divide cells, and produce red blood cells. So if you see deficiencies, you're going to see deficiencies typically as something called megablastic anemia. So your red blood cells just become abnormal. The problem is they don't carry oxygen to your cells. So that is where it becomes a problem. Vitamin B3 or niacin, it is more importantly known as a coenzyme. The easier term is NAD, nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. What it does is its job is to transfer energy from carbohydrates, proteins, and fats into your cell. It's really important for really gene health, and it acts as a cellular antioxidant. So deficiencies could be a disease called pellagra. Vitamin B2, or also known as riboflavin, used to be known as vitamin G. It's important really for two major coenzymes, and their jobs are to produce energy, metabolize drugs, steroids, and fats. It's needed for cellular growth, development, and just regular functioning or maintenance. Vitamin B1, also known as thiamine, needed for energy metabolism and functioning of your cells. Some deficiencies may include something called Wernicke's-Korsakoff syndrome. Typically people with alcoholism get this. It is also thought to be linked to diabetes, some types of heart failure, and Alzheimer's disease. Vitamin B6, also a coenzyme. There are 6 compounds that actually make up vitamin B6. One of them, pyridoxine, is a name that I will probably talk a little more about. It's the most important, I think, for me, looking at it when it comes to metabolism. What does it do? Well, it has a role in protein, carbohydrate, and lipid metabolism. Lipids are substances that can dissolve in alcohol and not in water. That kind of is the general definition of what a fat is. Cholesterol are lipids which can be stored in your body and act as fuel for energy production. They are thought to have a role in cognitive development, immune function, formation of hemoglobin. Vitamin B12. There are a lot of different forms. It contains cobalt and different forms of cobalamines. What are they important for? Red blood cell formation, synthesis of DNA, neurological functioning, hemoglobin synthesis, and it helps in the biochemical reaction for fats and proteins. Vitamin C. It has a lot of jobs. What does it do? It helps with collagen production, production of antioxidants, which protect our cells from free radicals. What are free radicals? The process actually will damage cells, DNA, and protein. Collagen, what do you need it for? You need it to heal wounds, to support your blood vessel walls, to maintain the cartilage for your teeth and bones. It's needed for immune system to work right, for iron to absorb, to grow, develop, and repair your cells. Fat-soluble vitamins. These are the vitamins that are broken down and stored in fat. You eat the food, it goes down into your stomach, the acids break it all down. In your small intestine, bile is released and the food is broken down into even more smaller particles. And then from there, your lymph system actually absorbs it. And the body will either use these vitamins or they'll store any excess in your liver and your fat. So what are the most common fat-soluble vitamins? Vitamin A. Not just for your eyes. They're also called the retinoids group. They are found in the food we eat, mainly fish and meats. Their job is important for vision, reproduction, immune function, and cellular communication. And their job is also to support the growth of your cells and how your cells differentiate, meaning become different cells. It's important for how your heart, lungs, and kidneys function. The provitamins are called carotenoids, and they're metabolized into retinol and retinoic acid and absorbed in your duodenum, in your GI tract. Vitamin D. I think we all know we can get it from sun. We can also get it from some food. And what is important to know? Well, it's converted in the liver and the kidneys. It is also known as D2 and D3 as a supplement. It's absorbed in your small intestine. If you have fat in your gut, meaning in foods, vitamin D will actually absorb faster, or more amounts will absorb than if you don't have any fat, meaning foods in your guts. Vitamin D also helps with how calcium is absorbed and keeping the levels of calcium and phosphate in your blood. If it gets too low, you can have something called tetany. It's needed for your bones, and something called remodeling. And it can help with reduction of inflammation. It can help with how your nerves send signals to your muscles, your immune function, and glucose metabolism. Vitamin E. It is an antioxidant. It actually comes in 8 forms, but something called alpha tocopherol is the form that we need. So what happens? Your liver metabolizes it and then removes the other vitamin E forms, and it's absorbed in the small intestine. It works as an antioxidant, so it could help prevent cardiovascular disease and cancer. Vitamin K. Ready? This is going to be a mouthful. Phylloquinones, known as vitamin K1, and menaquinones, known as vitamin K2. Vitamin K1 is found in green leafy vegetables. It's the main way we get vitamin K. K2, it's found in animal-based and fermented foods, oftentimes by food that's fermented as it passes in our gut by the bacteria. It's a coenzyme for clotting blood and metabolizing bone. The proteins needed are for your smooth muscle, your vascular system, your bone, your cartilage. It is absorbed in the small intestine and absorbed through the lymph system and then into your liver. You can find it in your brain, your heart, your pancreas, your bone. What's important to know is that it affects your prothrombin, or factor 2. So what does that mean? That's a clotting factor. If you're on medicines like Coumadin or warfarin, it's very important to be very consistent with your vitamin K intake because it can interfere with that. Vitamin P, it's no longer truly a vitamin, but you may also actually hear that term once in a while. It was used to describe what we now know the compounds as flavonoids. They're found in things like fruits, cocos, teas, wines. They give red berries and grapes their dark color. They give some of the citrus fruit that bitter taste. They could help prevent diabetes, heart disease, and infection. And they're thought to protect your liver, brain, and to help prevent some cancers. They act as antioxidants. You might see vitamin F. Decades ago, it was thought as a vitamin, but what was found through research is it's two fatty acids our bodies can't produce. Linoleic acid is an omega-6 fatty acid, and alpha linoleic acid is an omega-3 fatty acid. I hope this has helped. I hope this has educated you a little bit. And if you have any questions, please visit us at Lulu's Thymes and Essentials. There are more educational materials. Our mission is not only to provide the best herbs, but also to teach everyone about how to use herbs and essentials to really make you the best you can be.